All right, the time has come for the Monday, June 30th, 2025, special city council meeting. Roll call, please.
Alderman Guzman.
Present.
Martinez.
Present.
Felix.
Present.
Newsome.
Present.
Turner.
Present.
Donalworth.
Present.
Florian.
Present.
Hayes. Absent. Alderman Bolton.
Present.
Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Item B, Pledge of Allegiance. Josh, would you please come to the front and lead us in the pledge, please? All rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Real quick, announcements that needs to, mayor's announcements real quick. As we step into the heart of the summer, I want to take an opportunity to recognize the American spirit that continues to thrive in our great city. From neighborhood events and youth programs to local businesses and community projects, Waukegan is full of resilience, pride, and unity. This spirit is what makes us strong and is what moves us forward. By working together to rebuild Waukegan, we can address key community issues head-on, from infrastructure improvements to supporting affordable housing and expanding access to necessary resources. These efforts are about creating a city that works for everyone, safe, vibrant, and full of opportunity. As we prepare to celebrate the 4th of July, I encourage everyone to enjoy the holiday responsibility. Let's honor our freedoms while keeping our families and neighborhoods safe. But please, and I say please, leave the fireworks to the professionals. Drive carefully, look out for one another. This 4th of July, I encourage everyone to join us for the city's fireworks display. For the best views, show up early and find a spot along the beach, the harbor, or in our beautiful downtown. It's a celebration you will not miss, don't want to miss. And don't forget, Scoop Waukegan is back on July 11th and 12th. Join us in downtown for classic cars, live music, delicious food, and fun for the whole family. One of the Waukegan signature summer traditions, and we hope to see you all there. Happy Independence Day, Waukegan. Let's celebrate safely, and let's continue rebuilding a brighter future together. Item 3, audience time.
Mr. Mayor, you have nobody signed up.
There being none, item 4, consent agenda. I'm going to ask corporate counsel just to give us the ground rule for the consent agenda so we're all clear.
Yes, Mayor. At this point in time, items under the consent agenda are considered routine and/or non-controversial and will be approved by one motion. If any one board member wishes to have a separate vote on any item, you may pull that item from the consent agenda. Jesus, are you going to read the consent agenda, or do you want either I or the? You can do that? Okay, at this point in time, we'll read the items that are on the consent agenda into the record.
Okay. Do we want to get a motion first?
No.
Okay, let's read them in. All right. Items 4A, resolution approving the appropriation of Rebuilding Illinois grant funds for the Belvedere Bridge reconstruction, Phase 2 engineering to Seober Group for $59,260. 4B, resolution approving the appropriation of Rebuild Illinois grant for the Genesee Theater, for Genesee Street Phase 1 engineering refresh to Seober Group for $30,000. 4C, resolution approving appropriations of Rebuild Illinois grant funds for the Glen Rock Avenue culvert replacement, design, and construction engineering to Seober Group, $120,176.60. Item 4D, resolution approving the appropriation of Rebuild Illinois grant funds for design and construction engineering services for the reconstruction of Greenwood Avenue Bridge to Baxter and Woodman for $230,965. Item 4E, resolution approving the appropriation of Rebuild Illinois grant funds for the reconstruction of the Greenwood Avenue Bridge with IDOT for $1,340,000. Item 4F, resolution approving the appropriation of Rebuild Illinois grant funds for the cost share of the construction engineering services to Robertson Engineering LTD of the federal fund resurfacing project at Glen Flora Avenue and Sheridan Road for $15,612. Resolution approving the appropriation of Rebuild grant funds for 2022 STP pavement rehabilitation design engineering phase 1 and 2 to Baxter and Woodman for $128,717. 4H, resolution approving the appropriation of Rebuild Illinois grant funds for the resurfacing of Sheridan Road with IDOT for $20,455.56. Item 4I, resolution approving appropriation of Rebuild Illinois grant for the 2023 STP project, design engineer phase 1 and partial phase 2 to Baxter and Woodman for $82,638. Item 4J, resolution approve appropriation of Rebuild Illinois grant funds to the replacement of 3 culverts engineering construction services to Seober Group for $205,454. Items 4K, resolution approving the appropriation of Rebuild Illinois grant funds for this segment number 2 of the F-2025 Road Program Design and Construction Engineering Services to the Gwatt Hamilton and Associates, Inc. for $185,925. Items 4L, resolution approving the appropriation of Rebuild Illinois funds for the segment of number 2 of the fiscal 2025 Sidewalk Program Design and Construction Engineering Services to Art Hamilton Associates, Inc. for $121,995. Items 4M, resolution approving appropriation of Rebuild Illinois grant funds for the partial construction of the fiscal 2025 road program number 2 to Peter Baker and Son for $2,198,461.58. Items 4N, resolution approving the appropriations of Rebuild Illinois grant funds and approving the award of Phase 1 engineer services for Washington Street corridor to Patrick Engineer, Inc., DBA, RENA, the most qualified bidder of $951,070. Items 4O, resolution approving the appropriation of Rebuild Illinois grant funds for the resurfacing of Keller Avenue and Washington Street design engineering services to Patrick Engineer, Inc., DBA RENA, for $179,861. Items 4P, ordinance approving an amendment to the annual budget and a supplemental appropriation ordinance for the fiscal year beginning May 1, 2024 and ending April 30, 2025. Item 4Q, ordinance adopting an amendment to the annual budget and a supplemental appropriation ordinance of the fiscal year beginning May 1, 2025 and ending April 30, 2026. Are there any items to be removed?
Mayor, I don't want to remove them, but I just have. Sorry, excuse me. I don't want to remove them I just have questions about items F and H.
If there's no items to be removed, and entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda, but then the city engineer is going to answer any questions.
I'll make the motion to approve.
There was a motion by Alderman Newsome, second by Alderman Turner. And there are
I got a question.
okay, so at this time, on a specific item, correct?
Correct.
All right, so I'm going to ask the engineer to come up to the mic, and I'm going to go first. You said items F? F and H, sir. F and H. Item, Alderman Guzman,
P and Q.
P and Q.
Just real quick, for item F and H, excuse me, can you describe where those projects will be? Like on F, you say Glen Flora and Sheridan Road, and on H, you say Sheridan Road resurfacing. So give me an idea, were there with
Yes.
wards there, or give me,
Yep. Good afternoon, council members. Thank you for taking the time to come to this special council meeting and to answer your question, Alderman Turner. Item F is for the non-reimbursable portion of the federal funded project along Glen Flora Avenue between Macquarie and Lewis, which was already completed, I believe, 3 years ago. And also for Sheridan Road within the same package between Greenwood Avenue and Glen Flora. Yes, so item H is for our portion of the non-reimbursable cost to resurface Sheridan Road between Washington Street and the South Terminus, so South to Liberty Avenue.
thank you, sir.
And I think item P and Q, there might be a Juan question. Juan, would you come up? Your question, Alderman?
I never got briefed on this, so I got briefed on everything else from Mr. Jesus, but not these last two, so I don't know what.
I'm gonna let Juan answer that question. I think I know what you're gonna be asking. Juan,
Yes, sir.
he's asking, what is the supplemental appropriation? That's what you want to know?
Correct.
Okay.
Sure. So these projects took place in the past in previous fiscal years. So this is just recognizing that we're going to make an amendment to that budget to recognize these funds in those general ledger accounts.
For both of them?
For both, yeah, the 26, which is May 1st to current period, and for the prior fiscal year.
Sounds great, thank you.
Any other questions to the motions? Consent agenda motion. All right, roll call, please.
Alderman Guzman,
Aye.
Martinez,
Aye.
Felix,
Aye.
Newsome,
Aye.
Turner,
Aye.
Donalworth,
Aye.
Florian,
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Consent agenda passed.
Motion's passed and carried. There's no items 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alderman's time.
Alderman Guzman,
Good evening, y'all. I hope everybody's going to have a great 4th of July weekend coming up. I did attend the 4th of July parade. Actually, it's the first one in, I think since I was a kid. You know, it was a fun time going out there, and they gave us these sponges and candies and to throw them out with the kids and the adults and everybody waving high, and I thought it was a great time. The Park District does an amazing job on this 4th of July. You can tell they put a lot of work into it. I want to give a high five to them for it. Everybody showed up. It was a great time. It was nice. I mean, it was a little warm. Good thing I wore a non-sweat shirt, a shirt that didn't show the sweat, so I thought it was cool. So it was a good time. If you didn't show up this year, try to go on next year. You'll have a nice experience. 4th of July, you know, our beaches and our harbor gets pretty packed out there. So if you're going to go, try to go early. You know, it's not like before people just straggling on, because then you're going to be stuck without a place to get down there or being in traffic for an hour to try to get down to the beach. Other than that, I'm working on my next ward meeting. I try to have them in every 3 to 4 weeks. My ward is so big, you know, there's like 10,000 constituents, and I try to reach every single one and at least offer them the invitation to come meet me and talk to me. And that's why I'm doing the ward meetings by sections, so I can get everybody included in them. So I'm looking at July 26th from 2 to 4 in English and 4 to 5 in Spanish. And this time the section will be over there by Greenfield, 13th, 12th, 11th area. So I over there by Foss Park and Twin City Parks to get them involved. But I will be hitting every single one, every single home, every single resident is more than happy to attend the ward meetings, even if I don't give you a flyer or anything. Like I said, I'm going by sections, and I'm gonna hit every single home. because I believe our problem is not voter registration. Our problem is turnout, and we need to get more people turned out into our community, and this is how we become safer community, and this is how we become stronger. And us as Southsiders, we're kind of relaxed, and I'm putting the fire into you guys' behinds, and we got to be involved and push our ward forward. We got to stand up. We got to move forward. You know, we're here, and we deserve more and better. And we need our lives to change around and move forward. And it starts with our neighbors, our streets, our area, our cleanliness. So I'm pushing for that. So I'm trying to get everybody. Other than that, happy 4th of July. Thank you. Have a good day.
Alderman, thank you. Alderman Martinez.
All right, thank you. I'll be brief here. First, I want to thank everyone who came to the third ward meeting, which was held at the Brookside campus. Very nice. Everyone, I got many positive feedback. I want to thank all our dignitaries. A lot of department heads were there. Thank you, Mayor, for being there, for the support. So a lot of positive things came out of that whole meeting. I look forward to enacting a lot of the things that I said I am going to do. So again, thank you for everyone who was there. Also, I want to give a special shout out to the Waukegan public school system for allowing us to have that venue there, and also our recipients. We had 2 recipients that were given awards, were plaques, and they were, I call them For the People awards. These are individuals or businesses that went out of the way or continue to go out of their way, not only for our ward, but for the community. The recipient was Maggie Powell, and for the business was Dripping Culture. So again, I like to congratulate them on the reward, and more importantly, we appreciate all that they do for the community. I just also want to talk about briefly, I am going to have another third ward dumpster, a weekend dumpster dump drop-off. Tentatively, I'm working on it, and I put all my eggs in order, but hopefully it's going to be the third weekend, which is going to be Saturday from 8 to 3 p.m. It'll be located at the Weiss Field, and it is open to any individual. There'll be more information coming out as I navigate and organize it, so bear with me, but that is my goal. Hopefully things are looking good to have it for the third weekend, which is the 19th, as I mentioned. A big issue that I really want to talk about, and I bring in calls, I mean, I'm glad we kind of had this meeting because we're almost a couple of days away from the 4th of July, and I don't think I have to remind everybody, I mean, the fireworks are tremendous. I'm getting so many calls. And I just want my constituents to know that I have asked and requested more police patrol for my area. But please understand, it's very difficult to try to get these individuals. You know, they move quickly, and everybody's doing it. So we shouldn't feel that we're the only city that's going through it's an epidemic right now all over the United States. It is the 4th of July. But I ask that if you are having constant people who are blowing out fireworks, you know, I'm always available. Please call me at 847-390-2689, and then I'll do my very best to try to get a police officer out there. But I just want everyone to know that we are on it. The police department, they're on it already. So please be aware that that's where we're at with that. I also attended the 4th of July. Very nice. There had to be more than 5,000 people. There was very nice organized. It was very well attended. It was nice seeing all the dignitaries. But one thing that I must say that I felt kind of taken back was the simple fact that I didn't see a lot of Latino folklore dancers. So for those who said that the ICE issue is not affecting our community, it is. I counted only one Latino dancer, and there were smaller children. But I didn't see, like I've seen in previous years, where they're out there marching and dancing. So that was a big void there, and it kind of took me back, and it kind of made me feel bad because this is Waukegan. As you guys all know, we are a huge melting pot of many ethnicities, but that was kind of missing, and I think they stayed back because they were just scared. I mean, sometimes the uncertainty is what that'll keep you back. So that was kind of, you know, it was kind of sad to see that occur. But besides that, it was well organized. The children were there. They received a lot of candies. I enjoyed being with my Alderman Victor Felix and seeing everybody. So again, a great job to the city of Waukegan for such a great event. I also want to briefly talk about, let me see here. Just again, just be safe. I just hope that be very mindful when you guys are blowing off these fireworks. Please consider there's children around, and please also consider there's a lot of animals, a lot of dog lovers out there. My dogs, for example, that night I pretty much stay up all night because they can't sleep. So please be considerate that there are some animal lovers out there that their dogs are very, very traumatized by all the effects, with all the noise and all that. That's pretty much all that I have. So I just ask that you please be safe, be mindful, enjoy your 4th of July, and then we'll see you next Monday. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Felix.
I'll make it brief. Yes, please have everyone have a happy 4th of July, safe one. Please come down to our beach if you're ever to make it. Please, you can park downtown and make your way down. Just walk to the beach and enjoy our beach. So one thing I did want to say that in the Fourth Ward, at least, I'm seeing there's a lot of businesses getting their blacktop done, and so you're starting to see the beautification of our small businesses taking care of their properties. So get your permits in as fast as you can, and so that way we can continue to beautify our Fourth Ward, our downtown area, our corridors. This weekend we had a Fourth Ward business called MV Streetwear. They do vintage clothing. They celebrated their 1-year anniversary. They called MV Fest. So if you haven't checked them out, please, I invite everyone to stop by there. They sell vintage clothing. So if you want to get a piece from when you were a child or when you were young, they have a whole bunch of selection of nice pieces that you can't get everywhere. So congratulations to Juan and Javier for their 1 year of being open. And I'll leave the rest of my comments for next week. Everyone have a happy 4th of July.
Thank you. Alderman Newsome.
I'll pass.
Alderman Turner.
Thank you. So July 4th, 1776 is the date that the 13 colonies, British colonies or English colonies, declared themselves and independent from England and ratified that Declaration of Independence. So next year is going to be a huge celebration, but this year we did have the parade on Sunday. For the life of me, I don't know why we celebrate a holiday on a Sunday before the holiday. 4th of July is Friday. Let's do it on Friday. Anyway, everyone's talking about these fireworks. I just want to remind you that the Pyrotechnics Control Act in Illinois, it's a state law. So all those fireworks, firecrackers, cherry bombs, dago bombs, whatever you're lighting off, those are all illegal under state law. You can get a year in prison and up to a year in prison and up to a $2,500 fine. And I would like to see a resolution by this council. We don't have to do it now, but we need to adopt a zero tolerance policy. All these years, and I've been in the car with the police, and they are literally overwhelmed. They are overwhelmed by the amount of fireworks that are being set off in Waukegan. I think we need to adopt a zero tolerance policy, and also initiate enforcement actions, specialized details to enforce the fireworks laws, and affect arrests, not tickets, arrests under state law, and then publicize those arrests and start setting a pattern where it becomes public knowledge, and by default we know that it's not allowed in Waukegan. And beyond that, so that's the law, the legality of it. But the fact of the matter is that those fireworks are very dangerous. I think it was 5 years ago we had a gentleman who blew off half his face down at the lake. I believe it was down at the lakefront. I've seen children playing with those things, pointing them at each other. And if one of those the skyrockets or whatever they're called, if they go out and they land on someone's roof and burn a house down, someone dies in that house, then I'm sorry, it's going to be too late, right? So we need to be aware of that. We have thousands of veterans here in Lake County and hundreds here in Waukegan that suffer from PTSD. We have elderly who are affected by it, and certainly pets as well. So I really encourage everyone to be cognizant. Think about your neighbors. Think about the potential hazards, the danger of lighting off those fireworks, whether it's a personal injury to yourself, an injury to someone else, or damage to property. So please don't do the fireworks. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Donilworth.
Thank you. Yeah, I attended the parade, and it was fantastic. Everybody did a fantastic job on the side of aldermen and city workers, everything. It was one of the best parades I've been to lately. And also, let the professionals do the fireworks. Come on down to Waukegan, watch them. You can go anywhere on Sheridan Road. You can go all the way down. If you want to stay down there for a while, you can go all the way down to the lakefront. And it's going to be one of the best shows that we've had around here in a long time. And just like I said, just be safe.
Thank you. Alderman Florian.
Pass.
Thank you. That concludes your alderperson time.
You forgot me.
I'm sorry, Alderman Bolton. My apologies. Alderman
Yes, I want to say happy 4th of July to everyone. As it's been mentioned, take heed to those instructions. And I want to give a special thanks to our police officers and the paramedics and fire department I had to do a wellness check on an individual constituent, and they were very professional, Mayor. They were just really excellent in assisting me. And I just want to thank you. God bless.
Thank you. Now that concludes your alderperson time.
I failed to mention there were 2 former City of Waukegan employees who passed this past Thursday. One of them is former supervisor, Mr. Johnny Washington. Johnny Washington passed, got a call Thursday morning, and young lady, Migdalia Reyes. Some of you probably don't know her, but she, 25 years, City of Waukegan. So let's keep them and their families, certainly their families, in our prayers as they go through the grieving period. Long-time City of Waukegan employees. All right, with that being said, there's a motion by Alderman Florian, second by Alderman Guzman to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed and carried. Happy 4th of July, everyone. And thanks to everybody who came out.